Two old people on the couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for viewing the video. I am Debbie, and this is Mark, and I had my volume up.
Yeah, well, we had a perfect start until you had that. But that's a pretty good start right there.
It is. Pretty good start.
Good show. And,
good morning, everybody. Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Jake.
Want to welcome in people. I thought we'd start off again. You know how I like to start off with something a little bit on the more
funny side.
Light, funny side. I thought we'd go out to, you know how our fearless leader, Joe Biden, and, you know, my cousins and couple family members thought, boy, you know, Joe Biden is the man to pick who should run this country, right? Not to mention that, you know, we have Pete Buttigieg, who's just doing a rip-roaring job out there.
Good morning, Connie.
All right, so he's got things messed up out there, right? You know, and he finally shows up. I will talk about him in a little bit, but I want to get out to one of his other hires that he had. This guy, you know, he hired him because probably he's a diversity hire. Right? The way he thinks up above. So let's get out to Fox News, Tucker Carlson. This is 2 minutes and 30 seconds to get us all started out this morning, but it's worth the watch here because it's quite hilarious. Don't you think, Deb?
I think so too.
All right, here we go. All right.
Here is a breath of hilarity, really one of our favorite stories of all time. A Tanzanian fashion designer based in Houston called Asa Kashman says she lost her luggage at the baggage claim of DCA, Washington Reagan National, back in 2018. A couple of days ago, she was watching Fox News, and she saw the coverage of Sam Brinton. That would be Joe Biden's non-binary nuclear waste disposal expert who had this weird fetish involving stealing women's clothes from airport carousels. And then it hit Thompson. Sam Brinton was photographed wearing her clothes, and they're very distinctive clothes. You're seeing the side-by-side on your screen right now. Now, we're in touch with her. She's in Tanzania right now, but when she gets back, she promises to come on this show and discuss what it's like to have your fashion creations stolen by Joe Biden's nuclear waste, non-binary airport fetishist. But in the meantime, we're joined by Chadwick Moore of The Spectator to assess this ongoing story, which really is, Chadwick, you got to admit, the greatest story ever. Now, I just have to ask, you've been following this since the beginning. You first saw this guy, Sam Brinton. Was your first thought, I bet this guy never steals women's underwear off airport carousels?
Well, yeah, you have to pardon my glee, because I don't think anyone thought this story could possibly get any better. And now, you know, two words that have to apply to him that I would mean sincerely in this case would be stunning and really, really brave. It's not like he's parading around in a Gap hoodie. I mean, these are very distinctive, you know, quite lovely clothing that he was wearing, and that poor designer having her creations defiled by the radioactive klepto queen in the energy department. I really feel for her. That must be awful. But I'm a little disappointed in myself and in fellow journalists that none of us took a closer look at his clothing and asked what exactly he was wearing, because we should have been tipped off the minute we saw some of these outfits that looked like he raided a village in Africa or something. Maybe we would have started getting more answers then.
That was not off the rack, and that should have been the first tip-off that he had a Tanzanian designer he was stealing from. And I agree with you. We fell down on the job. Chadwick Moore, great to see you tonight. Thank you. Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch.
So anyway, that is quite funny. You know, he really hit the jackpot. Yeah. With that clothing, with that suitcase.
It looks good on him.
Do you think he knew? Was it purpose? I mean, did he know?
Did he seek her out, or did he just sees what they're wearing and said, "Ooh, that's about my size," and she's dressed to the hilt.
Yes.
So I am going to take her luggage. But how does he even know which one is hers?
I don't know. So it might have been just random, but he really hit the jackpot with those clothes, huh?
You have to be a specialist to fit. So this is our, you know, there you go. I'm not even going to argue with, you know, friends and family that think that Joe Biden's doing a kick butt job. Let's go out to Ukraine for a second, right? You know, he went to visit there, right?
He did.
They had the fake alarm go off. They acted like, but he already told Putin that he was going out there.
Yeah.
And so they were just doing the siren alarm to make it look like he's daring and dangerous. But okay, whatever. He's given them $100 billion. Okay, family and friends that love this guy, Joe Biden. He's given over $100 billion. Who knows how much, right?
Yes.
To fund a country that's corrupt as all get out. And that's probably why he does that, right? That's why he does that. But funding them, and yet, Trump just wanted $5 billion or $10 billion for a wall, to keep our, sovereignty and, keep us safe here. Meanwhile, who knows who's all pouring across the border down there. And, if Russia and China wanted to put people in our country as sleepers, it's quite easy right now.
It is.
There's no checks or balance of who comes in or out of this country right now. They just come flying, pouring across the border. So there you go, people. That's how I wanted to start the day off. Put everybody in. But that's quite hilarious that this lady's sitting back and like, wait a second. That's my dress.
Yeah, I know.
It's custom. I designed that. There's one of a kind.
Yes.
Wait, there's my other dress.
Yes.
Wait, there's the third dress. That's mine.
Yes.
You got to sit there and go, well, I think I know who stole my luggage.
Yeah, I know who stole my luggage. Which maybe was a bad move on his part. I mean, if he had stolen just common clothes, he wouldn't have gotten caught. Right?
You want to play A, B, C, or D or something like that?
What is it?
Play?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get out to Pete Buttigieg.
Okay.
I wish I had a picture of him, but he had on a hard helmet. And safety glasses out there in Ohio, right? Meanwhile, everybody around him did not have like the train blew up weeks ago.
Yes.
He's late to the party. It's done, it's over with. They got to start the cleanup effort, right? But there's nothing above you.
Right.
Pete. There's nothing above you, nothing going to explode anymore.
Right.
So take off the glass. You know how I tell you how they roll up the sleeves halfway? Obama loved that, Looked like he was going to be get some work done, Well, he was getting so much in trouble for saying that, he didn't want to send FEMA or nothing out there, right? And he was getting in so much trouble because he doesn't even know how to build infrastructure. The guy should know something about He knows nothing. So they thought, his handler said, we'll put on a hard helmet and safety glasses. Boy, we'll show them he knows how to do work. He doesn't, people. It's just a show for you. We know this. You know this. All our audience knows that. But, to my cousins or something out there, think about it. They live in Ohio.
Yes, they do.
They live in Ohio. And they got to love how, Joe's handling the situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Little Frenchie wants to know how Ned is.
Ned's tired. Ned's, we can't get a hold of him again. But, you can bail on me. I fell asleep before Jake even started. You were still awake. So,
well, that was the other night.
I know it was the other night. But that's how early I go to bed. But so I got to go back and watch the rerun of Jake. And I apologize that I didn't.
I caught the beginning of that, but
I wish
fell asleep during the middle because it was late for us.
We go to bed, and I appreciate the people that actually get up here in the morning.
Yeah.
Do you want to get out to furry friends or something like that?
I do want to get out to furry friends.
We do have furry friends.
We do have furry friends.
Let's get out to furry friends.
Furry friends, let's all get to those furry friends.
All right, this is Mr. Major or Miss Major, one or the other. I can't remember, but it's from D out at Homestead Rewind.
Oh, good.
And this cat does not like snow, so this is how it gets around when it's snowing on the ground.
It just stays.
Yes, it just stays in tree to tree.
All right.
Yeah, it does not like the snow, she said.
Well, who likes, in our older age especially, kids love snow.
Yes.
But as we get older, we do not like snow. So thank you, D, for...
Yes. Thank you, Dee, from Homestead Rewind.
And we have a couple other ones.
Yes, we do. We have one from Lou. We have a furry friend from Lou, his basset hound. So we'll be getting that up here. And I did briefly check my email, although I didn't go all the way back on it. But I did look at my email last night.
Dottie might be half the reason why I don't have a Ned.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I was thinking about waking up early and getting it done this morning, too. But what happens in the middle of the night?
Dottie is awake, wanting to play,
oh
wanting
my gosh. And
to
stand
do tug of war.
She stands on me.
Mm-hmm.
She licks my bald chrome, clean, and just keeps me. I'm like, Dottie, go back to sleep.
Go back to sleep.
But we love her, and I wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest with you. So you want to get out to some slides?
I do want to get out to some slides.
Debbie set up. She did set up slides today. So
I did. I just couldn't. I tried to get Mark to do his part, but
okay.
It was no getting a hold of Ned.
Wow. And where's this at, Deb?
This is in Hollywood. The Hollywood sign. At Hollywood sign.
Okay. Snowballs at the Hollywood sign. Oh,
yeah.
So the snowballs, like they were trying to premeditate us, because this looks old. These cars look ancient.
Well, yeah, there probably is, but does it signal the biggest SoCal snow event in decades? So anyway, there's a big storm out there in California.
Okay.
A snowstorm.
Okay.
So anyway, and it's going to be moving all the way across the United States. I think we're supposed to get severe weather out of it tomorrow.
Okay.
Which is kind of strange because it's cold right now, and apparently it's going to warm up. We're
going to have 60s on Sunday.
Yeah, like a heat. All
right. You want to get on to the next slide?
Warm front is coming through. Yes, go ahead.
This is not the biggest news of the day. Snowballs in the Hollywood sign.
Yes.
I let Debbie set up the show today.
I know. That's okay. So anyway, heavy rains, thunderstorms to close out what will be a warm weekend in Kansas City. So this is the green, I think, is where we're supposed to get severe weather.
Okay.
So and
we're on the edge of that.
Yeah, we're on the edge of that.
Man, Texas, boy, people down there, you look right.
I have a slide about the crazy ash. Yes, zombie.
Okay. That's.
And I wonder, could that be like?
We'll get out.
Fallout?
Yeah. Yeah, you think so? All kind of weird stuff. Plus, I don't know.
Like from the derailment.
But your trusty government, the ones that, these people love the environment until they don't like the environment, right? Hundreds of millions, billions of dollars going over to Ukraine, right? And again, like I said, turn East Palestine. Is that how you pronounce it?
Palestine.
Turn it into the next, clean it all up and make it the next Disney World. Like conservative Disney World.
Yes.
With wholesome, rides and shows and stuff like that. Not what they're doing down there in Disney World or Disneyland. That would be better money spent than sending it over to Ukraine now. All we're doing is promoting a big old war, and I'm shifting our slates over, so we got to fix that. It'll be over top of us in any second now. All right. Well, okay.
Click off of it.
Let's click off that too, or else that'll shift out of the way.
But
okay, here we go.
Now you got to go down to the bottom of our thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. All right.
Otherwise, I won't know what people are talking about. Yeah, we had 70s too here, and then it turned really cold. Like it was in the 70s, and then it went to like 20.
Yeah.
Like overnight. And then so this is where they have the blizzard warnings out and the snow watches and all the winter weather out.
Thank goodness it's not us for a change this year. That's good. See, weather changes, Debbie.
It does change.
It changes. Last year, we got it. This year, we're not getting it. You see how that works, people?
Yes.
It's just how it is. Blizzard warning in San Diego, blackouts in Michigan as wild winter. Okay.
Trips to the United States. Yes, I
How many more slates
I don't know. Keep
do
going.
you have?
I don't know. Okay.
All right.
This is the bond market. Yeah, you want to go. Well, why don't you just go out to it full screen? There you go. Well, anyway.
Go ahead.
Anyway, this shows how bad.
4.6. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I always look at the 10-year for sure because
which one is the 10-year down here?
Right there.
10-year.
And it's creeping up to almost 4. I think the stock market will really take a hit if that gets to 4.
Yeah. And I'm acting like people know where I'm pointing at on here, but
yeah, but they don't.
they don't. But it looks cool for us. I pointed it out the 10-year, so we could see it faster.
Yeah. So anyway, I know that's boring news, but it does let you know the state of our economy, which is not good right now.
Yeah.
So the stock market did not do all that great this week.
Gas is going up
quite
a little
few
bit more.
Good morning, Virginia.
People are laying off people left and right. Ooh. And if Ron is in here, I'd like to talk about the Canada people here in a second here too.
Yeah.
So let's keep on ripping through these.
Okay. Okay. And then this I just put up here because, we've been talking about that, the toxic chemical, the derailment of derailment
it's
and
bad.
all the things. Yeah.
But
and Trump went there, and then now I guess FEMA's going to go there.
Did you put on a slate about the movie?
Oh, no, I didn't. So we can talk about that here.
White noise. Okay.
White noise.
A year before.
I might have.
It's pre-programming in your brain, right?
Yes.
Is like they always show movies. It was close to this town, if not in this town almost. All the secondhand, the grips. I mean, not grips, but fill-in people that.
Yeah.
A lot of them were from this town. And it's exactly about a train derailment. And the guy's like, it ain't nothing. It ain't no big deal. Then they're like, you got to evacuate. It ain't no big deal. It's like that. Things are, it's to a T. And also, they were making people wear bracelets and testing out in this area these new monitors that monitor your health, right?
Oh.
They were doing that in this same area right before this happened.
Yeah.
How coincidental is that? I mean, I can't even make this stuff up.
Yeah.
Now, it could be coincidental. Think what you want. But all these movies, like they always have the movie and then it happens.
Yes.
It's like but in the same area,
Yes, it's called programming.
Yeah, it's just getting all the people ready to be scared in that area.
You're right.
And they're going to tell you it's nothing, and then they're going to tell you it's something. Everything about the movie is coming true in this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All
right. So Biden went to Poland and promises U.S. and allies have Ukraine's
he was
back.
hugging. They were hugging and almost kissing, him and Zelensky. Because, again, why not give a corrupt country that isn't even in NATO and probably needs cleaned up by somebody?
Yes.
No, we want to prolong it. We want to give them money so it kicks back to this guy here and his family and all their cronies.
Yes.
It's just a big laundering scheme, in my opinion. But
But that's Ukraine just happens to be the stage that they're using. And like you've been saying, why don't we see anything from the war?
No, why aren't there embedded journalists? Because there might not even be a war going on, or it could be really, really bad.
It's one of those places you can't see.
But they don't want to show the atrocities that Ukraine is doing to the Russians as much as they want to try to show you maybe what the Russians, every once in a while, might miss a target, which happened. I mean, this guy here, Joe Biden, he over in Afghanistan, he took out a whole innocent family.
Yeah.
Whenever they were trying to evacuate out there and said, boy, we showed them, we got them back for what they did at the airport. And no, you just nuked the family, There you go.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, put up your Ukrainian banners if you want to, people. I feel bad for the Ukrainian people.
I do
If you're putting up the Ukrainian flag for the people there, great. If you're putting it up for their leadership and this guy and saying, oh, we're doing the right thing, I feel sorry for you if you think that, because it's just going to escalate, and we'll just keep on funding until we're broke.
Yes.
And your tax dollars are all being paid for a war that isn't even necessary, but in my opinion.
In your opinion, allegedly.
All right.
All right. And then Putin did his State of the Nation speech, and far be it from me to be on Russia's side, but
I know. Yeah.
He was talking about how the West has lost all of our values, and that we're destroying the family, and that everything, and that we're even
True.
on the verge of being pedophiles
well,
and all that kind of stuff, and
it's true.
And
look at who we're hiring, and they don't. They want us to be. I don't know. It's bad. It's you can't even make this stuff. Oh, all glory to God. Let's put it that way here.
Yeah.
You know, we say give all glory. I mean, we get tens and tens of viewers.
Yes.
Because that's how God wants it, you know? And anything we get is because of him. You know?
Right.
He runs the show. He decides who watches us and don't watch. He's in control.
Yes.
That's how we think here.
Yeah.
And we are not going to tell you to try to say that things, well, you can stretch what God says. We don't do that here on the couch. And not to mention, we try to tell people how good he is and everything. And that the Bible is warning us about, you know, the one world order, people not having, you know, being able to have kids. And all this is done by humans, not by God. Yeah. The evil humans are the ones that's creating all this havoc around the world. And we want to tell people, stop trying to be a one world order. In the Bible, that said, "43 kilobits." That's not gonna.
That was a big hit. Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry, God.
Yeah.
Start talking about God.
I think that was the YouTubes that.
And they took us down.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows? It goes down all the time. But
yeah,
I'm just saying the Bible is trying to tell us it's a blueprint of how humanity is going to screw everything up.
Right.
And we try to stop it, slow it down. We say make America great again, right? Let's stay sovereign. Let's not do the one world order or the WHO that's going to tell us how to get jibby jabbed and all that stuff. We don't want that. Right. If you lead into a one world government, it's not good, it says in the Bible. So there you go. Right. So these people push it, not Putin, but, you know, Joe and all the rest of the cronies. They push it. We say not so much. Let's. I see the blueprint, and if we can, you know, sure, I want Jesus to come back, right? You want Jesus to come back?
I do want Jesus to come back.
I want Jesus to come back too, but again, you know, for our kids and everybody else, maybe we can postpone that a little bit. I mean, I don't know what's better. If he comes back now and just cleans it all up since we're so screwed up to begin with, or do we?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or do we just keep on chugging along and?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get on with it.
Okay, so then these are just a bunch of slides. It says what his speech said, and I know it's just gibberish, so you can just keep on. Okay. Oh, he withdrew from the treaty. The nuclear treaty.
Yeah, he says we are not pushing crap on our kids. Yeah. Oh, that terrible man, you know. Okay, whatever.
And then this is all about the child. The child abuse all the way up to that. This is the norm in the West. Okay, and this is the story about the white dust that snowed down on the eastern panhandle of Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Maryland.
Do you remember whenever it was happening up in Washington, like this goo was falling out of the sky?
Maybe, yeah.
It had probably nothing to do with, you know, our government spraying.
Good morning, big dreams, tiny budget.
And all that good stuff. So, yeah, that was going on up there. Yeah, so who knows what's going on. I think they all want us not, you know, obviously to travel or have cars or do anything. They want us all sick and meager and dependent on the government because Brazil right now, Brazil says your kids must get the jibby jab or you don't get your government, you know, aid. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So they said, well, we're not going to force you to do it.
Right.
But your kids have to get it.
Right.
In order for you to get it. So if you don't like your money, don't get the jab, blah. There. You don't have, you know, freedom of choice in Brazil. Let's go. How about up in Canada?
And that's that government they were protesting.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago or a month ago.
And they're like, oh, the insurrection down there, right? But it's not. It's the people saying, we don't want to live this way.
Yeah, right.
Up in Canada, you know, Ron, you know, my buddy up in Canada.
Yes.
He might not be able to watch us soon because Google, who owns YouTube anyways too. They agreed with their Trudeau, leader to silence, free speech. They said, if we don't like what they're saying, Google says we will not promote it or you can't find it, and we will not put it up there for Canada. Don't worry. We know what's best for you. Google and Trudeau says they know what's best for Canada.
Yeah.
So it was nice knowing you, Ron. Good luck up there. If you're watching this show, it might be the last time you get to watch us. And who knows? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
Everybody can see,
what's going on.
All that. Oh, and speaking of Tucker Carlson, let me get out to that room. Tucker Carlson got all the 40,000 hours of footage from the big insurrection thing on J6, right? The worst thing that ever happened. Well, Chuck Schumer says it's worse than 9/11 that he got the footage. Why? Because all it's going to do is prove how terrible it was, right?
Right.
No, not so much. And I hope the one guy, before they took him down, oh my gosh, this one guy was sitting in the Capitol Rotunda, right? And he's like, the Capitol Police said, when are you going to leave? He says, I'm here to make sure my Capitol does not get, damaged in any way, shape, or form. I'm here to protect it. We're just here to protest, right? And I want to make sure that none of these other knuckleheads do anything in here. So I'm here until everybody's gone. Then I'll leave. And the cop was like, "Oh, okay. Well, okay, thanks for answering me." And he was just standing there up in front of the pulpit, laying down, like sitting down, just saying, "Yeah, I'm here to protect my capital."
Yeah,
that doesn't sound like an insurrection. And it's just going to show the people just walking around and being,
for the most part.
And it's going to show maybe some FBI and other people that might have instigated the whole thing in the first place, just like we said. So there you go. It's a crazy world out there.
It is a crazy world.
But yeah, so we should be seeing some footage.
Yeah.
Here. I find Tucker. I'm got a straight beeline with Tucker.
Okay.
Find that clip and put it up there. It's gold. It's like it's the best.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, what else we got? Oh,
I don't know.
Go back to slides here.
All right. So anyway.
All right. Ooh.
And then we have Jill Biden is speaking on her husband's behalf, revealing updates on his plans to run again for his reelection. Now, why is Jill?
Where's?
Why can't Biden say I'm going to run again?
I think Trump's out there, saying that he's going to run again, right? And he's, sure, his wife's going to help him out, but he leads the show.
Right. I know. I'm like
that whole thing with her and how she was his babysitter, and then Joe's wife died in that car wreck, and then they started seeing each other. Oh, it's just, I don't know. You got to be, what is wrong with people? I don't know
what's wrong with people.
Whatever. Good luck. I'm glad they have a nice, marriage.
I'm sure that it is. But I'm just saying that he's speaking for him. And then we have Mr. B coming out here and saying, or he's doing his impossible meats. And to come to find out, it has reduplicating cells in this new meat that they want to come out with. That isn't meat.
I would love to get my one sister on here, because she could give her opinion on what's going on with Joe Biden and everything, and tell me why he's great and everything, right? She won't do that because I don't think she can tell me anything good that's going on. But that's a different story. She grows her own food. She's into it. Oh man, you can't get good food unless you grow it yourself, boy. And they bottle. They do all the stuff you're supposed to, right? Oh, good.
Even
Can.
Bottle.
Yeah, bottle. I don't know. Whatever you call it. I'm not a homesteader. So they do it all. And they said, and I say, man, just go down to the store and buy a can of corn. It's a lot easier. They're like, no, you got to have homegrown. I wonder how she feels about Bill Gates and the government and everything trying to push this fake, grown in lab meat. That should go against every vein and fiber of what she believes. And she said, yeah, that's it. I'm not with Bill Gates anymore. Right. I'm not with this whole one world order who, World Economic Forum. I'm not with it anymore. I don't want to eat bugs. I want to eat wholesome, good food and meat.
Right.
But she probably is not. I'm sorry I'm ranting today a little bit.
You're okay.
It's just I'm trying to wake up. God said, put on this stupid show. 5 people watch it. Maybe your sister might watch it and call you today and say, this is what I like about Joe Biden. This is what I like about fake meat and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or she might call and say, yeah, the laptop was real. You were correct on that. Oh, and I'm not into this meat thing. Things aren't going the way America should be going. I think you're right. You know, maybe that might happen too. And oh, by the way, God's rules are God's rules, and we shouldn't be teaching crap in school.
Yeah, we should.
Now, we should love one another.
We should love one another.
We shouldn't bash anybody for the way they think or anything.
No.
But we shouldn't be teaching our children that, obviously. Right. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's all. But I don't get any call. No call so far. And when we could get back to, having a good family, relationship, which we should. I'm reaching out to you. Yeah. Give me a call.
Good morning, Homestead Rewind. We had your cat on our furry friends today. So
up in the tree.
Up in the tree, dodging the snow.
Okay, what else you got here?
Oh, then I have Fed's inflation gauge shows prices rose unexpectedly in January. Imagine that. Imagine that.
I think we
higher than expected. So
we keep saying inflation's going to go up, so we were right again on the couch.
Yeah.
There you go. Call me. Tell me why I was. Why it isn't going up, even though it's going up. Please give me a call. We said before even Biden got elected that inflation was going to go through the roof, and supplies were going to go down. The economy was going to be in a muck of crap.
It didn't matter who really got into the White House. The inflation was going to go up because we had pumped too much money into the system that we didn't have.
You're touching a nerve on this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read it, and then I will fill you in
a Florida
on my
news crew was shot while covering this in Orlando. So somebody had gotten... Did I say shot?
Yeah, I know.
The news.
Yeah.
Anyway... that morning, and then the dude came back that afternoon whenever the news crews were there covering it and shot several people.
Okay. Can I go
from
full
the news
screen?
Crews. Yeah, sure.
Okay. I did the news. I did local news. I did national news. News is not worth dying over. But yet, the desk people at the news literally are trying to do that to it. I don't think they intentionally are thinking of it, but they're like, whenever I did local news, they were like, hey, something really bad happened. Go right outside the family's house. They're already mad, right?
Yeah.
That they're getting bad coverage about their son, just running amok free outside or something like that and got kidnapped or something. They're like, go outside their house.
Yes.
And we're going to go live tonight in the middle of the darkness. Yeah. And I'm like, can we just do a hit from inside the studio? Do we have to be live there? Just tell the story.
Right.
Being live there does not make it any better or worse, And they're like, no, go down there. I'm like, I'm sitting out there. And then meanwhile, the people are coming out of the house telling me, I know that's, I'm allowed to park outside their house, but they're threatening me, right? It's like, I'm out of here. I tell the desk, I'm not staying here.
Right.
And then they put me in hurricanes. They put me in floods. They put me in out in front of tornadoes. So that's always a fun one.
That's always a fun one.
I've been out in front of 5 tornadoes at least. Where it was imminent danger unless I moved or something like that. So
with the sirens going off.
With the sirens going. Debbie experienced that too, and she would never go
storm chasing again
with me. So I mean, some of it was on my own. Not the first one. The first one I had no clue how to storm chase, and they put me right out in front of the largest recorded tornado of all times, and I was freaking out, and thank God I moved and I got out of there.
Yeah.
Or else I was a goner. It went right where I was at, and the May 3rd tornado.
Yes.
I was a goner if I stayed right where I was at. It was. I'm like, news is not. And then from there on, I was always like, yeah, there's a fire up on the mountain. Take these windy roads, go up there and cover the fire. No, No, they told people highly do not go into this area.
Right.
And meanwhile, they want some smoldering ash and a house burning, in behind them.
Yeah.
Because they want their minute of fame, and they'll kill us all to do it.
Yeah.
Can I say that word, the K word?
No.
Whatever. Ron will tell you. Ron was a news guy with me.
Yeah.
That's crazy. News is not worth dying over. There's my 2 cents on that.
Okay.
Let's go back out.
Let's go out. So, anyway. Okay. I did have a slide about the movie plot. So, they're living in a real movie plot that they helped make.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we talked about that.
We don't have Netflix, so go watch it for us. And tell us about it.
Tell us about it, because we don't have Netflix.
We don't pay for that crap. We don't like what they push on there at all. It's very demonic. Every new show is demonic.
It seems that way.
Like, every last show is about a mass murder or witches or... Show me a
evil
good, wholesome,
spirits.
like, Home Improvement. Remember Home Improvement?
I do remember Home Improvement.
Wholesome, taught the kids to be good. And be nice to one another. And laugh at each other. Just laugh about
everything.
Everything. Okay. No, we can't have that anymore.
No. Okay. Maybe I have 2 slides there.
The plot of a movie. Oh,
okay.
Well,
I just said that.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
I'm glad you had this because we would have missed it.
We would have. Okay.
Are we back to the beginning?
No.
Oh, this is still the movie.
Still the movie.
Still
on
the
Netflix. I know. Third slide. I have as many on this as. Yeah.
It's crazy. But I've seen go on YouTube. You can look up the trailer. I think for it.
We should have done that.
Well, I don't think we're some trailers you can. Some trailers
you can't.
You can't show.
Okay. Okay, and this tells us
blah, blah, blah.
Okay, keep going.
Is eerily similar.
This is the 4th slide on it.
Of course, they did it hold on. Of course, they did it in 1985 to make it seem maybe a smidge different, right?
Yeah,
not
or dated.
Like right now.
Yeah.
Right. So we did it, but ours was in '85.
Yes. Okay, so now we have some a couple of maps that Lou sent me.
Okay.
Because he knows that I like maps. And the first one is the total acres owned by foreign people in our land.
Wow.
So this kind of shows you what's going on with our farm country and who owns it and who doesn't own it. And
who owns Maine?
I don't know. Somebody.
Lord. We got to get
it's all dark blue, which
sunshine.
I think it's like the darker the more farmland that is in that area that's owned by foreign people.
Yeah, we got to get out to Whiskey and Sunshine and find out what the heck's going on in Maine.
I think I've heard them mention that before.
All right.
About that.
All right, you ready for the next
now,
one?
nobody owns Alaska.
Yeah, well, nobody lives in Alaska.
Yeah,
but nobody bought it out, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's because there's nobody to control.
There's no farming going on.
Well, there's no farming. There's no. They can't control humans up there because only in Anchorage do people live, except for 30 up in Nome. There's Anchorage and then 30 people that live in Nome, and that's it. That's
it. Okay. All right, and then this one you can go out large. This shows popular pies in your area. So ours is cherry, and I'm not big on cherry.
Why can't I click on it?
I don't know.
There we go.
All right. And let's see, what is Texas? Pecan. That makes sense that Texas is pecan. So here's your popular pies per area.
Dude.
There's a lot of pumpkin. Sweet potato in Georgia.
What is red? Cherry?
It's cherry.
Yeah, no. Like apple.
No.
What is Pennsylvania? Yeah, apple, where I grew up. Yes, maybe that's
apple.
why I like apple pie.
Probably why you get an apple pie every time we go to my mom's.
Yeah.
She always makes him an apple pie.
I like pumpkin. I like pumpkin. But pecan, not so much.
I love pecan pie.
Oh my goodness.
You
know the pecan log?
Yeah.
That's the worst Christmas gift one could ever get is the pecan log. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Do you like the pecan log?
No, I don't like the pecan log.
Yeah, it's all right, but it's not a pie.
But so anyway, Lou knows I like my maps, my unique maps. So
that's it,
and that's it.
All right.
So anyway,
let's open up.
I did finally check some of my emails. So
you want to open up the phone
yes,
line?
that would be great. Anybody wants to call in and
my sister.
tell us anything about what's going on out there?
I would watch my sister if she did a show about Biden. Just to see her take on everything, right? Because I like to see both sides.
Right.
Maybe she's secretly watching this with her husband, and just to see how nutty I am. So if any of my, relatives or cousins find us any bit fascinating and want to call in, we would love for you to tell us why Biden was so much better than
anybody,
than Trump, especially Trump. Tell us your policies that you love about Biden, and tell us your policies that you just absolutely hated about Trump. Tell us why, transgender wearing, clothes stealing, nuclear waste leaders are the best pick, and Buttigieg, that has nothing to do with infrastructure, is in charge of infrastructure. Please tell us why.
Or
did they get rewarded for their ethnicity or diversity?
Go to the other,
and they like that better.
The other screen, so that they can see the marina.
Okay, let's get
what's going out on the marina. Yep. There we go. Yeah. A nice day out on the marina.
Yeah, look, and she's got her stick.
Not like
What's
it's cold
stick
here
for today?
I don't know.
The pelican pusher?
I don't know. Maybe.
She looks important.
Yep.
Tell us, Islamorada. Call in on the phone number. Tell us what's going on down on the pier today.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to call us.
No, you don't
not
think
at all.
So? All right.
I have a funny story. Good morning, Debbie.
Tell us your funny story.
I have a funny story about fruitcake. So when I was married to my first husband, we had a thing with a fruitcake where they at Christmas time you wrapped up the fruitcake or you sent it in the mail or whatever, and then you saw who got stuck with the fruitcake for another year, and then you froze this fruitcake for the whole year, and then you pawned it off on another family member.
Right. Well, I think my son. Actually, I did it to my son.
Yes, you did.
But he did. He's not into stuff like that.
No.
But his wife might have started. I got this wood carving at Goodwill of a pilgrim holding a turkey.
Yes.
It's a ridiculously hideous looking thing, right?
Yeah.
And I hid it in there, and
at their house.
At their house, and just to see if they found it, right?
Right. And wondered why.
Why is there this hideous thing on our shelf? Like, who got this, and how did it get to our house, right? Well, they found it finally, and I think she gave it to her parents.
She did, but I think her mom embraced the pilgrim.
Oh, she
and
likes
now
it?
she likes the pilgrim.
Okay.
So.
Well, because it's different, and it's something you can talk. It's a talking piece. Like, what the heck is that on your shelf?
Right.
That is ridiculous. It's huge.
So
we did that.
Yeah, we did it. So anyway, but I'm not into fruitcake either.
So Local Treasure likes the pecan.
Yeah, I like pecan. Pecan is my favorite.
I wish Ron was in here today. He could tell you. He could start typing in some news stories where he was almost put to death while covering the news. I guarantee it. He would drive in incredible snow just to uplink cows in Spade for auctions, cow auctions.
Yeah.
But he was local news too. He started out local news, so I guarantee he's got some wild stories. I'll tell you another instance of one of my stories.
Okay.
Working local news, they're like, hey, there's a guy running around with a shotgun, right?
Yeah.
He's just running around loose down in that neighborhood down there. He's still loose. You know, get down there immediately. So I get down there, and there's cops running by with their, like they like to say, assault weapons, but they're just,
guns.
Full SWAT gear, running by my satellite truck, my microwave truck.
Yeah,
it's just running on by like what are you doing here? Yeah. I'm like, well, I'm in the middle of it. Here I am. We don't know where the guy is. He might just lash out at the news or something like that happened the other night. He just might be a crazy dude and think, hey, I'll take out a news guy. That'll be my last hurrah before I. Yeah. That's like stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, thanks. The news desk was really good about not. I think that day they didn't tell me that there was somebody running. They said, get down to this address.
And then
So I get down there, and all this is happening, and I call back to the station. I'm like, it's crazy down here. There's cops running around. Like, what's going on here? Oh, there's a madman loose. They wouldn't tell me until I was actually
down there.
And I was like, oh, well, thank you for giving me some heads up on that.
How about when you went to Norman and
oh, yeah, this is good.
Doing,
okay.
Yeah.
This was totally not the news sending me there, but I was going to uplink the football game, the actual football game.
Yes.
So I go down early to set up for the football game, like 5 hours prior. Basketball. I think it was a basketball game, but whatever. That's moot. So I'm pulling up, and I only have like one more block to go to get set up. And the assault weapons and the police are flying on by, and everything like that. And they're like, take cover. I was like, well, can I just drive my truck another block
and take cover?
And then, set up?
And then I'll take cover.
Then we're not set up, just parked down there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. And they're like, no, get out of your vehicle. So I get out of my vehicle and I walk behind a block wall, and I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And then they're using my truck as a shield. Then they were using my truck as a shield, and it all ended up being like a backfire. And they thought a madman was running around on Oklahoma University campus.
Yeah,
and
but they weren't.
And I'm old now, so whenever I was younger, I valued my life a little bit more. But then I was like, what? I'll keep my eye out for the guy, right? But I need to get set up. I just like to get set up so I can relax,
Right.
So I would risk my life then because I don't care. I just was like, seriously, just let me get down there and get set up, people.
Right.
And it took like an hour.
Yeah.
It took an hour of me watching them use
but then you're running behind.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be set up
I had
at a certain
plenty
time.
of time.
You had plenty of time. But,
I can set up pretty quick. So
yeah.
I wasn't really worried about that. I just I'm like, really, on my day, this is putting me at ease.
Yeah. So anyway,
lots of stories.
Fun stories.
And then what's his name? Put me in front of the one tornado. My truck was blowing around, and then Mike Seidel from the Weather Channel, my favorite guy. Boy, that guy. He like, oh, the sirens are going off in this town. He's like, we're going north. I'm like, well, the sirens are going off. That means the tornado is imminent almost. It's on the ground somewhere. Let's stay in shelter. He's like, nope, we're going north. I'm like, well, they head north, So if they're going off here and we head north, we're going straight into the storm. And sure enough, we did. And my truck I was trying to put up the dish and it's wobbling. So I started putting the dish down, right? I'm like, I'm putting this big sail of a satellite dish back down because my truck's about ready to blow over sideways from the inflow. And so I start putting it down, and he comes running over. He's like, why are you putting the dish down? I go, because my truck's going to be blown away to smithereens, or the dish might be ripped off. I got to put it down. He's like, you can't put it down right now. There's a tornado right there. We got it on camera. I'm like, so wait a second. We have a tornado
on the ground,
eye view of me.
And you want me to be alive.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he always put me where he thought the tornadoes would go. So I got, and the hail damage is really bad if you're out in front of the storm, and then it blows over you, and then you get the massive hail, So I was sitting there. I called my boss. I was like, this is your buddy, because he was friends with Mike Seidel, my boss. I'm like, hey, your listen to this. And it's like, he's like, what is that? I go, it's hail. Your buddy put me right in the hail path. And I told you that was a bad idea, but you told me to do it. So I did it. Now listen to this outside. And he's like, oh my gosh, can you get out of there? Can you get underneath something? I'm like, no, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm getting hit with hail. There you go. That's what you signed up for. And I don't really care right now because it wasn't my idea to be out. You chase from behind the storms, not in front of the storms. Mike Seidel he wanted that 1 minute of fame. The guy that dances like there's wind and there's not wind. Boy, I'm giving up the goose on that, man. I seen him do that a million times. He had it down to perfection, and like 9-year-olds would walk behind him and go, well, why are you dancing like that? He's like, whoa, the wind's so bad. And these 9-year-olds just cruise on right by him. And then and that was live on air.
Yeah.
But then nobody really caught on to it until he got busted.
Yeah.
That, down. And those people are like, you're funny, dude. What are you doing? And they just cruise. It happened. I don't care. Turn me in. I don't care. That's what happened.
So, Connie, if you want to, you could call in and tell us your funny duck story.
Yeah.
Or anytime that you want to.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Don't feel pressure.
Yeah, anytime. We would love to hear it.
I have the gift of gab.
You do have the gift of gab.
I can fill 10 minutes.
You can fill 10 minutes. You can fill.
But anything going on the dock? Oh, something's going on at the dock.
He probably would have liked being out in the hail.
Yeah.
Vidal.
Oh my gosh, he
said
he was running around like a madman. Now
Good morning, David.
The one we were in hail, and he was running around out in. It was hilarious. He had like an umbrella or something like that.
In hail?
And he's like, "Stay on." The camera guy, the wind's coming in, and the hail's bashing the camera guy on the head, and he has some kind of like, I don't know, helmet or some kind of umbrella. And this dude is running around like a maniac out there. Meanwhile, my camera guy is just getting pelted. He's underneath the shelter, but the winds were coming sideways.
Yeah,
and he's underneath there getting slammed in the head with hail. And he calls in on his phone because his mic doesn't work, right? He calls in on his phone, and the camera guy is underneath watching this guy running around in a field, picking up limbs and hail coming down. Yeah. I'm so glad I'm retired. Oh, we got a call coming in.
Got a call.
Stand by. Don't worry, I got it.
Yeah. We'll see.
Call from Connie.
All right.
Good morning.
Hello, Connie.
Hi, good morning.
How are you today?
Well, I've got a really funny story for you guys.
Hit us up.
We moved to Oklahoma about, 10, 11 months ago, and we bought this home in this lovely little tract subdivision, kind of three parks, walking trails and everything, all kinds of geese and ducks, and here we are, transplants from Southern California. And, oh, man, we had all these ducks in this one pond, and then one day there was only one duck in the pond, and we'd drive by every day. Art would say, "Oh, that poor duck, he's all by himself. How come nobody's hanging out with him?" And, every day, he was pretty much in the same spot. And we kept driving by and going, "Ah, that poor duck, he's all by himself. Where did the other ducks go?" It must have been a month we drove by there until finally we realized that it was a duck decoy.
It was a decoy.
Oh,
yeah. And
Did you post?
We're driving by, going, "Oh, that poor duck."
Oh, it wasn't even a real duck.
What was it? Did you post that by any chance? I saw somebody say that was a very real-looking decoy.
Did you do a video about that?
Well, here's the rest of the story.
Okay.
Or what I'm going to do. Well, that decoy was attached to a non-working fountain in the middle of this pond.
Okay.
I think they had put it there so they would know where to go down to fix that fountain, see? Well, it kind of dislodged itself from the fountain, and it's over by the edge of the pond. So, in honor of Art, my goal is to get down there by that pond and cut that duck loose, because it's just hanging out at the shore right now, the decoy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cut it loose, and I'm bringing it home
Putting
to
it
my
on the
back
shelf.
patio. Because, nobody cares about that decoy down there. I had a friend say, "You ought to buy a great big rubber duck to put in its place." Like the rubber ducks that are in kids' tubs.
Yeah.
So I may do that, but I'm just waiting for warm enough weather to get down get down there. And I got my clippers in case it's still on a rope, and I got my bag too. And I probably need a disguise so that, like, if there's cameras,
oh yeah,
so I don't get arrested for stealing the duck decoy.
Yeah, that nobody's really taking care of anymore. The people that put it there don't care about them right now, do they?
No, that poor duck has been. Nobody's feeding that duck.
Yeah, it's not like our free range.
Yeah, we had a free range chicken at the lake.
At El Reno Lake, this one chicken just made these woods its home, and it would just stand at the corner of the road, and it was there for weeks, and then finally somebody
either got it
animal finally got it. But we were like, every time we went out to the lake, we were like, oh, it's our free range chicken. But it was real. It was a real chicken.
It was a real chicken.
That's funny.
Well, if there's anybody out there that has good disguise ideas for me,
yeah,
because I probably, since I live in this subdivision, I probably need to have like a disguise to go down there and get there. Go
to the airport and
get some
look
luggage.
for somebody the size of you are and know their name and take their luggage and then wear their luggage, and they'll think it's that person.
Oh, anyways, that's my funny story, guys.
Well, thank you for calling in.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Well, that was a good story.
Yeah, it was a good story.
It's like, look at that poor duck out there.
Yeah, that reminded me of our free-range chicken.
Yeah, as soon as she started telling us, we're like, we have...
Good morning, DIY
And it becomes
American.
a staple of the lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, now it's off course, so...
You have a great day, Zombie. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we're just about done. We are just about done.
We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, we will be done.
I think I saw somebody post that. I don't know if it was her. Maybe it's, but somebody just posted lately that they were laughing because the duck they thought was
a real duck.
Unless I had intuition about this call coming in.
Maybe you did. Who knows?
And they laughing, but I think she did a video. I hope so. And I'm not crazy. Because I
hope you're not crazy.
I am. I could be.
You are a little
really
bit crazy.
So
anyway, should
we get out of here?
Oh, thank you, DIY American. I'm glad that you stopped in. Good morning, Dwayne. Long time no see, Dwayne.
He finally got up. It's like, you go way too early, guys. I haven't heard from Dwayne in a long time, so good to have you back here. You caught us right at the very end.
Yeah, you did.
Well, he could have been in the whole time.
He could have been.
He just, some people just don't like to, say stuff. I do that a lot. I join people's lives, and I don't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I haven't.
Big plans,
I have not eaten a 3-legged chicken.
Yeah, no big plans. Patty wants to know. We're gonna rest again.
We're gonna rest.
I'll probably catch up and watch some of Jake's live.
Yeah.
See what he has. I value his information, so I'll probably watch Jake's rerun of his live the other night, and that's about it. Nothing going on. Yeah, we just are homebodies, and it's going to be 60 on Sunday, so we'll probably sit out on the porch with Dottie.
Until the storms come.
All right, so that's it.
Yeah.
Big plans is we'll just sit out in the 60-degree weather and enjoy some fresh air.
Of course, it might come after the rain because it's cold right now, so that might be what's going to warm us up. Who knows? Yeah. Good morning, Tina. I don't think I said hi to you. Thank you, DIY. Yeah, we like our setup.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us. And like we say, we like to go antiviral. Like DIY American, I hope you come back. We
come and join us every Saturday.
We are very antiviral.
Yes.
But we like it that way because we get to know everybody really good. And you can call in, too, if you want to. Everybody can call in. Thanks for joining us. Don't know how you found us because we are shadow banned
beyond belief. Yeah, I'll have to check out your
we're going to go
channel.
check out DIY American's channel.
Right.
Because I've never heard of that before. So we're going to go check out your channel.
And then as soon as I make sure that you don't want to delete all my channel because I make everybody moderators, I'll make you a moderator. Yeah. Good morning, Wendy. Man, now everybody's coming in.
You should make her a moderator because she hasn't. Go ahead and make her a mod. DIY. Well, her. I'm thinking it could be a him.
Could be a him.
I'm sorry. I just... Right. I don't know why I think it's a woman.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
When you come to Two People on a Couch, you get to be a moderator.
Yeah, we trust everybody.
Yeah. That way, whenever somebody's really, really going to be sorry, whenever the bot comes in here and they, well, I know, but if a troll did come in here, man, they would be in trouble.
Good morning, Klingon princess. it's about time, Klingon Princess, for us to sign off.
It is just about time.
Thank you all for joining us, and that was a fun show.
It was a fun show.
I'm sorry about that.
We had lots of news. I know. Mark, tomorrow.
I'm not going to promise. Tomorrow. Watch us. It's too late now to say it, but watch us at 2 times speed if you're watching the replay of the show. Thanks again. Hold on in this wacky world, and good luck to you out there. Remember, God's in control, so it'll be wacky. It might be crazy, but we'll get through it.
We will. We will. So, you ready to get out of here?
Let's get out of here.
Okay. Until next time, remember, do your own research and be prepared.
And be prepared.